Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Just dropping in to say hi. Good morning, good day. Good Saturday.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, well, okay. I'm okay. I've been seeing some shit going on in among some YouTube friends. So I'm a bit on the I'm a bit impressed by that, bit disappointed and well. So it's drama as usual, but
More backbiting,
huh?
more backbiting, and
It's closer to home, right? So I've known them for a longer time than all these other people. So yeah, well,
oh,
nothing. So nothing too serious, but just these things happen. Nothing lasts forever. So
just a disagreement. Well, not seeing things different. It's just shit happens, man. Doesn't it? We can't. We don't get on all the time. Sometimes
yeah,
I don't know if it's something if it's something going on that you're actually involved with, or if it's something that you're witnessing.
right. Yeah. So well,
Anyway,
that's how I'm doing.
anyway.
How are you doing?
Mate, World War Three is kicked off here.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
World War III has been going on for quite a while. For me, it's been 5 years.
No, well, all right then. We'll call it a little. It's a little one of the little skirmishes of World War Three. It's the family down at the end. Just
Uh-huh.
you can feel, when the screaming reaches a pitch, and then things start. You hear things starting to smash about, and I know it's a violent relationship, so I don't know, how much of it is just things being slammed on tape, and how much of it is actually
Yeah.
um, physical abuse, and who's doing what, because I imagine, I'll bet she gives as good as she gets, by the sounds of it. So
Yeah.
should put a bit of a dampener on the start of the day. But there we go.
Yeah.
Let's not let it. At least you get the sun coming in there. That's nice,
I've
man.
got the sun coming in here. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day. Yesterday was totally camp sky, totally camp sky. So today it's less cammy, but since there was so much yesterday, it's yeah, still cammy, but not too. It's crazy, dude. The clouds are not the same. They act different. The clouds that we see are actually most of them that I see are actually artificial clouds.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can
mate.
see I can see
100%
the
agreed.
yeah.
100% agreed.
And
Absolutely.
I can also because they behave different. They
Yep.
actually sometimes they even drip down,
Mm.
and clouds don't drip down. They usually have just a straight, a horizontal bottom,
When they sort of seem like they're
and they
bleeding
drip
off at the
up.
top. Yeah, but they were doing that yesterday. It was all nice and billowy underneath, or it wasn't even like billowy. It was like it had been airbrushed, you
Right?
know.
Yeah,
But then on the top, it's come up into these tendrils, that are then going into the slipstream. You can see them getting caught by the wind and
yeah,
getting basically taken out into this fine
yeah,
white blanket.
yeah. That gives the moon a halo. That gives the sun
Yep,
a halo.
yep,
That makes
and
appear these random rainbows in the sky.
yep,
Always see a nodal point, dude. And the weird thing about the nodal points that I see, which I never seen somebody made a video of, I will try to catch it next time I see it. So my nodal points are not horizontal. You would expect them to be like in horizontal, right? But mine
mm,
are like this. And yeah, dude, that's even weirder. I mean,
mm.
This I can understand, but how is it this? I will show you. Like, oh, one is actually horizontal to the sun, right, and the other one is above. I don't remember exactly. Or one is above, and the other one is below. No, it's one above and the other below. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, dude. It's yeah.
So, I watched,
Well, I pointed it out the other day, walking on the street, and I saw this halo, in sun. And this woman walking the street, she lives there. She said, "Nice, huh? That's nature."
oh God, yeah.
And I looked at her, and I just got this look over me, like, yes. I mean, it's like such a total empty. She really does it. Nice, huh? Nature, and I'm. Oh,
Too many people
it's
look up
physics,
and
yeah,
think
it's
that-
physics, but it's
yeah,
not nature.
yeah. It's a natural occurrence in what is actually happening to the cloud.
Yeah.
The fact that the cloud is there is not at all. Yeah. So I watched Jason yesterday drive into Roswell, New Mexico,
Hmm.
and he did a drive and talk. Had the camera facing out so you could see the skyline. And I left a comment on his videos saying it's just so upsetting to see how just completely geoengineered it is now. The weather,
Yeah.
like the clouds in Texas, you never saw clouds like that back in the 80s and the 90s. Never. Like any time Texas was on, anytime it was being portrayed, in anything, whenever I saw anywhere in America, pretty much anywhere in America, and unless you went up north, like right up north, um, it was blue sky and sunny. It didn't necessarily mean it was warm, but it was always blue sky and sunny. The sky was always clear, and if there were clouds, they were always natural. You never had this literal sort of grey white blanket that seemed to be almost um
Well,
it's almost
they
like it's on the
spray,
firmament because you've got all these fluffy clouds underneath it,
yeah,
like
exactly. So
silhouetted against it and
they
stuff.
spray in the stratosphere, right? They
Yeah,
spray near the stratosphere, so they spray higher than the clouds, and the effect that it gives is that so the sky becomes white,
yeah,
filled with its dust, and you see actually you don't see the clouds, you see the shadow of the clouds that
yeah.
are beneath that. So what we're dealing with now is blue clouds in a white sky. Like a children's picture.
Mm,
You want to draw the clouds in the sky, and the sky is white. Because the
mm,
because because the sheet is white, and so you just paint the clouds blue. That's what children do.
yeah.
And then until you come to the conclusion, oh wait, no, it's the other way around, right? The sky is blue, and then the clouds are, and so you make a progression. But little children paint the clouds blue, and that's actually real life now. It's fucking hilarious, dude. It's cartoonesque in every way. It's very disturbing. It's very disturbing.
Just the most disturbing thing is how totally unbothered and just people just pay no attention at all. Absolutely none.
You know what, my mother? I told her, like, what do you think when you see this? And look, I was pointing out the trails, right, that were there at the moment. I said, what do you think? She says, it makes me feel nostalgic. It makes me It makes me think of the old days. I said, how? Well, you could have your name written in the sky, or I said, but that's something completely different. That's skywriting. That's something completely different than chemtrails. Yeah, well,
Well, I'll tell you what is in the stuff that when they do that, when they do the skywriting, and um when the red arrows go up with their colored trails and stuff, it I never really. It's going to be the same technology, isn't it? That's deploying that, whatever it is. We thought it was smoke. It was smoke or something. It's not going to be smoke because smoke will dissipate too quickly. That
Yeah,
there must have been chemical. There must be chemicals added to whatever that is
yeah,
for it to stay, you know,
yeah,
in the air like that.
a bit solid. Yeah,
And we always thought it was innocent, but perhaps that was just they were like, hey, look what we can do.
yeah, right. Yeah,
We can do this now because it doesn't matter what's in that smoke, but hey, look, we can write your name.
yeah.
Well, there's no sense in obviously getting. I get for a split second, my insides get all tensed up, and I'm really just imagining what I would do if I were given the opportunity to confront these people
These
and
people.
and how it would go. I've gone right into it in my imagination, how it would go, what would happen. It's never satisfying. The outcome's never satisfying. So
No.
no, because
Oh, then you're doing it wrong. The way I imagine it is like I see that motherfucker, I slap him down on the ground, and I stand on his neck for 5 minutes,
see when I
thinking about all the times that I wanted to do this, and I'm gonna feel very, very satisfied if I see the gray face lying down on the floor. That's how I imagine things.
yeah, the trouble is when I do that, then I imagine what the likely consequences of that would be, and it's like, oh man,
No, don't you
here
take it one step at a time. You're overthinking this.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Hey, it's kept me out of trouble, man. It's kept me out of trouble.
yeah.
Clay, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I would join in, but I'm drunk, and I know how it sucks to cook people when you're sober. St. Patrick's Day still, so excuse, but I love your channel. Thumbs up. Thank you very much, Clay, mate. Love you too, man. And yeah, no worries about being drunk. I appreciate that. I appreciate you letting us know. I mean, unless you're hammered, it's not too much of an issue. I know. I have people on my channel that have enjoy a little tipple.
I do.
Boy, you can generally tell when boys had a few, and it's later in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And when he generally gets louder and louder and starts shouting, "No!"
Yep.
Oh, oh dear. Well, I've got a feeling that my landlord, all the work that he's doing in the property next door, I think he's moving in there with his boy.
Really.
Well, he's made this sort of patio, and I thought, dude, nobody's gonna be into that patio that you made because of where it is and everything. It's not private at all. Um, Me and the people that live in this part of the building walking up, in and out all the time. I've got the dogs and that, so I'm always going out. So it's not gonna be a private patio there. Um, but then I noticed his washing machine turned up outside, and then he started mounting his surfboards and stuff. So I don't know if he's donating those as decoration for the property to help sell it, or if he's moving in there himself with his boy.
Would that change something for you, or
No, no, not really. Just I don't know about the music thing. If he's in when he was in during the day,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
was playing music, he was all the way up and over there in a different, in an apartment that's up on the first floor. because this is a big property. There's a lot of rooms. There's a few apartments and stuff. Um, well, there's like 3 or 4 apartments
Mm.
up there, and there's never been, it's never been an issue. But I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe he's thought, oh, maybe I need to move in down there and rent my apartment out, because he could get more for his apartment than he'll get for that place. He reckons he's going to get 800 a month for that room, and it's a room with no windows. It's a shop. It's a shop that basically the only
A
there's
room with no windows, that's not a room.
no. I mean, it's a shop basically. So it's got the shop front. It's got a glass shop front that he's put, stick special glass sticker stuff to, so you can't see through.
Hmm.
Um, but that's it. The front of the shop. That's the only,
So yeah, so it's
windows
a
or
studio.
anything.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a cave.
I think like a studio. I think that's called a studio, right?
Um, yeah, I suppose it's actually a true studio,
Yeah.
because we call anything that doesn't have any separate. A studio flat is like it's an open plan, and that open plan kitchen and everything. That's what it is. That's what he's got. Yeah, it is a studio. Yeah. He's fitted a really nice shower in there, space age shower thing.
I
Like,
like
it's got um, the whole of the roof, is nozzles, so it just rains down on you.
that. Hmm.
It makes sense that he's moving in there. It'd make more sense to me if this was mine. I'd definitely I'd do that. I'd say I'll rent my apartment out and take this smaller room on the bottom. He's always out surfing anyway, so that's the thing. That's the trouble. Like, he's a nice guy, but he's a complete surf bum. So
What, windsurfing or wave surfing?
wave surfing. He's quite good. There's a big mural on the wall outside of him.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
actually catching. He's caught a wave, and it's a photo that's been put up as like a mural, big mural. It's really good.
Nice.
He looks a little bit like Tom Curran in the picture.
I don't know who that is.
He's a um, Tom Curran. I think he's American, but he lived in England, and he used to surf down in Cornwall and Devon. So
Mhm.
I was surfing in Croyd Bay in Devon, and Tom Curran was out there surfing while I was surfing. He was like a world championship surfer
Uh-huh.
back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
You going to join us, Summer? Squirrel? Hey, hippie shake. Good
Yeah,
to
I'm not
see you.
going to stay on for too long. I just wanted to say hi. And
Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries.
so,
Your ban is up, isn't it? You can stream live again.
yeah, yeah, and I'm going to stream today, I think. I usually stream on Saturday. So, but I might start it up a little bit later. I got some good news from the power company because we had this power outage a few weeks ago in the middle of the night. So I noticed it because I'm usually up late. And so we were out of power for like 3 hours, midnight. I got $35 for that. That's nice.
Really?
That's nice. Yeah. So sorry for the inconvenience. We offer everybody that suffered this inconvenience $35.
I've never heard of that before.
Well, I'm not making it up, dude.
No, I know. It's that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just a bit strange because I've never heard of that. I've never heard of them
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
yeah.
Wish they did that here.
All I have to do is just return this. Like, what's your?
Ah,
It's not nothing. No, there's nothing of me that they do not already know. So
right, okay. And right, one of the things that me and Rox have noticed is going on in the UK is they seem to be getting everybody to go in and reconfirm themselves and their attachment to their straw man kind of thing.
yeah,
Go in with their photo ID and,
yeah. But dude, that's and people think that they might be able to trick that system with another trick, right? And I mean, bless them if it works, and I know it should actually work, but you're gonna have to dedicate your whole life to that. Okay, you're gonna actually have to dedicate your whole life to that mission before you will get there. You might get. I don't know how this works, but
right.
the
But
way I look at it is like you're gonna have to dedicate like
you
10
got to
or
go all in,
yeah,
absolutely all in.
you're gonna have to dedicate at least 5 or 10 years to that mission before you're there. It's not something like, oh, I'm gonna request it, they're gonna send it to me, then I'm gonna tell the people how it works, and I'm there.
Oh
No,
yeah, yeah.
no.
No, I agree.
And you're gonna get into a lot of trouble because you're gonna deal with people that don't know shit.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a beat. And why don't these people know shit? Well, that's how they were selected. Look at your politicians. Look at the people that work for government. Look at your police officers. They're all fucking idiots. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you make sense
Mm.
because they're fucking idiots and they've got guns and you don't. So you're going to get in a lot of trouble before you're going to get anywhere soon. That's all I want to say. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it at all. I mean, I think it's a very admirable goal, and I think it is actually possible too, the way they present it.
Mm.
But they don't show me that they actually did it, that it actually worked for them, right?
So that's the thing with this Russell J. Gould guy, who
Oh,
I think
Toastmaster, yeah.
I think that's probably where all people like Mark Mark Kershon, Mark Kershon, whatever his name is, and the other guys. I reckon they've probably got all their information from doing one of his bloody courses back in, early 2000 or something. But it took him 20 years, to set up and get to where he is, or 25 years or whatever, to get to where he is now,
Hmm. Yeah.
and to have the knowledge that he has now. And from some of his testimonies, it's he spent a lot of time in jail. He spent a lot of
Right.
time
Yeah, I
on
didn't even
court.
hear that, but yeah, that confirms what I envision. Like,
You're gonna have to. It's not gonna be a magic wand.
this is what people think.
Yeah, no,
Oh, here's
that's
the
not.
magic words.
No,
I'm not driving, I'm traveling, and I'm a free man of the land. Dun, dun,
it's
dun, dun, dun.
it.
No, you're still gonna get shot in the back, dude. If you
Yeah,
say that and you run away.
yeah, you're gonna have to go through trials. You're gonna have to go through trials and tribulations before it's.
Yeah, but that's not what people imagine, dude. People
Oh,
think,
I do.
there's magic words to use in court.
Mm.
Well, just think about it. Is there magic words in court? No, there's not. No, there isn't.
Well, there's not
There's, there's
it's
not
not
even logical thinking or reasoning in court. People that think that they can use a magic word in court or to an
it's not
officer
about using
probably
magic
never
words,
been
dude.
in the whole situation to begin
Boy,
with.
it's not about using magic words. It's about speaking in the present moment. It's about your grammar. It's about how you refer to things.
Yeah,
It's that's what it seems
but
to be.
even then, but
But
even
you
then,
need to know it backwards to be able to Do
But
it.
dude, even then, if you're up against the judge that it doesn't feel like it today, or that just doesn't recognize it because he's fucking idiot, because that's why he sits there. He's just somebody that obeys. It's not somebody that decides the things. The outcome of every court case is actually already known before it goes to court.
I think that is partly because of basic complacency that the over the fact that people are so ignorant on the whole, pretty much generally, as far as legal issues are concerned.
Well,
None of us have got a leg to stand on when we go into court because we
no,
really don't know what
yeah,
we're
but
doing.
it's like they're playing a trick on you and me. So should I be a bigger trickster than to trick them again? No, 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 no. They should just use logic and common sense and talk to people and look at the case. But that's not what court is for.
No.
That's not what court is for.
Well, it
Court is
obviously depending
court
on
is for
what sort of court.
condemnation. Court is not to seek out things. Court is for condemnation. It's not for.
Magistrates court is the financial administration, basically. So anything that's in magistrates court is just about paying.
Mhm.
Who's going to pay? If you can if you're able through your language, the way you speak, if you're able to not if you're able to present yourself factually as a living man, they really can't talk to you in the court. They have to dismiss the case. And that is what happens.
No, no, because I did that. Doesn't work, dude. If you just have a stupid judge in front of you, it just says, so that is you. Even when you say, no, that's not me.
I think, is that a situation where you have a stupid judge, you deal with the outcome with what he decides, and then you appeal it, and you take it to a higher court.
Yeah, and then you meet another stupid judge. Yeah.
I don't
Dude,
think it's
because
that.
because
Dude,
once
no,
the
I
decision
don't think.
no, it's once this decision has been made, you can only appeal the decision, not the reason for the decision. They're just there to fuck with you. And like you said, it doesn't make sense, dude. There is no
It is all
I
games,
actually
isn't
had
it?
a judge tell me, when I asked him, like, why was I arrested? And then he said, well, that's not really the case here, is it? Nobody ever told me why I was arrested when they actually made a fucking situation themselves. They gang stalked me and then they arrested me. So they actually made a street theater and then they arrested me. While I was attacked, I was the victim. I have video evidence of that. But I was being played as the perpetrator of what? So, it doesn't make sense. The
If
only
this,
way
if
to the only way to win this is military and vengeance. Vengeance. Like I said, their neck for 5 minutes under my feet. That will settle things, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just taking this one step at a time.
as you said, as you said, they've got the guns, right?
Yeah.
They've got the tasers. They've got the tear gas. They've got the horses. That's before they've even got to an army. So I just absolutely point blank refuse to believe or accept that this is where it needs to go, to violence on the streets.
Sorry, if you think it's going to be something else, then I don't think who you're
No,
dealing
I'm not saying that's
people
not
that think
where
that
it is going to go. Just
you're not going to reason these people away by writing letters saying, "Oh, you're wrong, you should change," because they're not. They're not. Look at your fucking history. You need to eliminate it. That's it. Sorry. That's it. You need to hang them. That's it. That's it. How else are you going to set an example?
We cut out corruption, don't you? You need to cut it out
Yeah.
and sterilize it.
How do you say this? Zachte heelmeesters maken stinkende wonden. Soothing healers make stinking wounds. Right? Now it's going to be all right. You're not going to feel anything. No, they're just going to. Yeah. They're not going to heal the wounds, but you're not going to feel anything. But the wound is not going to heal. No. And like I said, elimination, dude. It's the only way.
Hippie shake that happened. So hippie said, "Boy, your police are nasty out there in the Netherlands." I thought, and beating women with truncheons during the protests. So I saw that happen in the UK. I saw TSG doing that in the UK, but me and Rox have got evidence that they weren't English. Those police officers weren't English, and I don't think the ones in Netherlands were Dutch. I don't think they're not sending people from the country in. They're sending in UN. The ones that were in the TSG that were in
Well,
London,
Mossad, most
yeah,
likely.
they were Israeli. The ones that were in were in London were Israeli. The TSG that were battering people with truncheons were Israeli. They weren't English.
They
So
usually are. That's where they go. That's where they get their training. These people already did the cremation of care act, and they're teaching other people to do so without the cremation of care ritual. But the same tactics, the same techniques. It's just, guys, it's just terror. If you think you're gonna fight terror with everything's love, love, then they really got you. But turn the other cheek. Yeah, really. Well, turn the other cheek means running away. You go away. But at a certain point, there's no more running, and we are at that point. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. And even if you hide there, they'll come and find you. So you better, stand your ground and fight here. When somebody's lying to you and somebody's cheating you, just tell them in their face at the moment it's happening, and be done with it. And these people cannot do that. They cannot handle truth. They cannot handle. They live in the present and they live in the future. They're never in the now. That's why they hate us so much. Yeah.
you're right about Underground. You're right about karma. So I've found out that the people that really screwed me. It wasn't even a year. It didn't even take a year for that karma to come back and get them. One of them went to prison for he was looking at 25 years. So, and that was like 9 months after he'd really screwed me over, stolen all of my stuff, took my dog. So karma is that's why I've let go. I let go of all vengeance, all feelings of vengeance, or need to dish out vengeance on anybody, because I don't think I need to. It's been done. I haven't needed to do anything at all, and it's been done. So I'm just like, oh, karma's a bitch, man. And I'll try and keep my nose clean, and not, because karma it really is a bitch. And it's getting quick now as well. I'm seeing instant karma. Have you seen the instant karma vids on TikTok and on YouTube? Like that guy walking across, walks in front of a car or something, and stands there and just being offensive to the whoever's driving. And he's walking, looking like and having a go at him, and then turns around, smack straight into a lamppost. He's like, ugh. He turns around and goes and has a go at the driver again.
Yeah.
Like,
Excellent. Yeah, I like that.
yeah. Well, I still, for me, I think it's all a test for me to not get violent, for me to not lash out and lose my rag.
Yeah. Well, that's not my
Because
style either. I mean, I'm a very peacekeeping guy. I never fought a fight in my life. I think
oh yeah,
not. I mean, I defended myself, but there was nothing more than one or two pushes and a hit. So you can hardly call that a fight. It's like, how do you call that, a rumble? Uh,
I've
so
been in
and I've seen some of those, but I don't know, but dude, I mean, just leave me the fuck alone. I mean, don't mess with the people that want to be left. I did nothing wrong, and I was stalked, and I was. So these people, they deserve some punishment. Okay, these people actually made money on making false accusations, and then
well,
everybody
they're still
after
making
that.
money.
I mean, all these people are so-called professional people, and they're all literally dysfunctional, totally dysfunctional. And what's even worse, so there's zero integrity in all these people that had to do with this case. Everybody did wrong, and no, and it goes through so many hands, and nobody sees what goes. Everybody sees what went wrong, and everybody tries to cover up for the one that did wrong before that, and thereby doing even more wrong, and they get paid for that. Like people like you and me. Oh, dude, it's really bad, and because I'm not the only one that this happens to, right? This is probably just a daily. It's just another Tuesday for them. It's probably not an exception. This is what's going on there. No real crimes are being solved there, or are being judged there. No, the real crimes are all. That's the ones that they are protecting.
Yeah, they're definitely.
They know it. They know it. It's not like they don't know. They know it. They're probably part of it, and that's why they need to chase people like me. Like, oh, you don't like us? Eh? Oh, now we're on your bad. Now we're on your bad side. Well, now you're on our bad side because you don't like us. Now we'll give you a reason. No, I didn't like you because you're fucking coward bastards. And now you're gonna show me that you're even like a totally mean satanic horse. That's their game. Like, yeah, we are, and we can do anything we like, and we can even kill you if we want. And I'm like, okay, then we'll just bring it on, dude. Just bring it on. I just won't have it any longer. I just won't have it any longer. I'm not gonna go without a fight. I'm not gonna go without a fight. Next time, well, I mean, I just spit in their face, dude, when I see them. I just spit in their fucking face. When they come close enough, I'm spitting in their face. Stop wearing the fucking uniform because I'm gonna spit you in your face. I don't even, and dude, I don't even care. I really don't care.
Trouble is, they
Yeah,
love
they
that,
twist
man.
your arm.
They'll treat that as assault. Oh, you've assaulted a police officer, and
Well, it's an
they'll
offense.
unleash. They
It's
will
an
unleash
offense.
on you.
It's an offense. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you, I mean, like
I
here,
don't care, dude. These people lie and cheat and do everything. So when they come near to me, well, I'm just gonna spit in your face because that's what you deserve. You're a liar. You're a cheater. You're a deceiver. You're aggressive.
a bully.
You're a yeah. I mean, everything is just wrong. You there's no thinking mind. You are false. You're a fraud. You have total lack of integrity. There's no morale in you, and you think you have something to say about me? Wow, dude, I'll have to spit in your fucking face then. And you can tell it to everybody that I spat in your face because I did. And I'm not sorry for it. I'm glad that I did. And the next time I'll do it again, I'll just spit in their fucking face because that's what they deserve. You cannot talk to these people. These people there's nobody there. There's nothing inside. There is nothing inside.
Unfortunately, it's like that with a lot of people, and that haven't even got, they're no different. They're just a more extreme version of some of the people that are walking around, without uniforms on, just doing a day-to-day jobs. You try and engage them, and they're not. And unless you're talking programmed language to them, you don't get any joy. I've just left a link to our Rumble because Bernie pointed out to me the other day. He said, "Oh, you don't have to pay now to live stream on Rumble
Oh wow.
if you've got more than 100 subscribers or something. You can live stream for free there now."
Oh, that's cool.
So I tried to do it with Restream, and I set up a stream, but Restream is saying that I can only add a custom RTMP if I'm paying. So I'll have to do it. I'll have to try and do it up from StreamYard, and just do a
Yeah.
single, just stream to, because I can only stream to one platform on StreamYard. So I'll just stream to Rumble.
So
Um,
here's the thing. Once you have that installed on your account, you can also get there if you're not paying. So you can pay StreamYard for 1 month, and then you can enter the HRTCMP address, or what's it called?
oh, do you have to be paying in StreamYard as well to use an custom RTMP?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, right.
But once that's done, you can use it. So you can, yeah.
I'll just because it done. Isn't there a 1 month free trial with StreamYard? You can have
Sorry,
one.
sorry.
Isn't there a 1 month free trial?
No, there's a monthly free trial.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you sign up, if you say, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay for StreamYard," they give you the first month for free.
No, you get
No.
you get 20 hours free every month.
Anyway, yeah. No, there was a time when you got a free when you got a and you could use everything, but it was on a free trial. It
Ah,
was a
okay.
2 week or a 1 month trial. If they might, yeah, maybe they're not doing that anymore. No one's flower. How you doing? And Lunderground as well. Renstar Wanderlust, Leafy Boyakashan, and Hippie Shake. Thanks for leaving all the links, babe. Adam Forrest, good to see you. No, Sama, Squirrel Sniper, if you're still about, mate. Mike,
Leafy
Zdunik. How do you pronounce that? Zdunik. Mike
Zdunik.
Zdunik. Zdunik.
Zdunik.
Zdunik.
Zdunik. At least that's how I would pronounce it. Or maybe it's Zdunich. I don't know.
Yeah. No Callum today. Hey Dana, how you doing? Good to see you. Greetings. How long have I been going? 50 minutes. God, are we coming up for a coffee break? So how many people watch Jason Archaics? You don't watch him, dude?
No.
So he's done this thing about he's worked out the maths, or he's found a pattern with the digital bank collapses, or with these bank collapses in America and stuff. And I just think it's interesting, very interesting.
Are you going to show us?
It's 10 minutes 20 seconds long, and I can make a coffee while it's playing. Jason, mate. I hope you don't mind me playing this. I think you're awesome, dude.
No audio. There's no audio, Richie.
That's a bit strange. That's a bit strange. Hang on. What about now? Any audio now? Audio now?
Nope.
Still no audio.
Uh-uh.
Share the audio this time then. Normally I have to, if I share the audio, it echoes. If it bloody echoes now, I'm going to be very annoyed.
It's virtually the same.
No.
Good evening, guys. In some of my predictions videos,
Is that all right?
Just fine, dude.
No echo, no?
Yeah.
Right, they've sorted out their thing then. They've yeah, cool. They've fixed something there then, because it used to be that I couldn't share the audio because I'm putting all the audio through the desk. Well, I'm putting through all the audio through the desk, so I thought it was going to echo like it did every time before. There we go. Anyway,
I have asserted repeatedly that we were to expect major banks collapsing. I said an entire chain of banks, but you know, it's virtually the same thing. I did also mention that financial institutions would collapse. These predictions were published before, long over a year before, Credit Suisse of Switzerland was crippled in its fourth quarter, over 1.6 billion in losses. Now, this was followed by FTX, Silvergate, Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank. So there's more to follow, guys. In order to ascertain what to expect from this point on, we need to take a closer look at what already happened. That's what we're going to do in this very short video. So the patterning of events exhibits a framework that is connected to future coordinates where events are scheduled to transpire but have not yet manifested. Remember, guys, reality is scripted. So events that are basically related, they can be seen to connect in the most profound ways. Here's some examples. I'm going to show you some things on the screen here that I've written down and took pictures of I have them on my desktop now. So, on November 2nd, the death knell. It was the death knell sounding worldwide for FTX was sounded when CoinDesk made a report of it and another group's findings about some really unusual alliance that FTX had with a partner. And FTX went downhill straight almost instantly, bottomed out. So the crypto, it plummeted, and within a week it was dead. So it has been reported that this venture of Bankman-Fried had majorly funneled tremendous donations into the Democrat coffers to fund their campaigns for the midterms. This isn't me telling you this. This is all over social media. So, November 2nd to the midterms on November 8th was just 6 days. And because I believe these two events are inextricably connected, I will here analyze them in another dimension of arithmetic. 6 days times phi, which you know is 1.618. The golden mean is 9.7 days. And 9.7 days times pi, the cycle, 3.14, makes it 30.4 days. So, in time space, the 6-day distance between November 2nd FTX plummeting to the U.S. midterms, which Bankman-Fried largely funded, induces us to look into another dimension of arithmetic to 30.4 days after the start of the FTX collapse, to December 2nd, 2022. And this date is dead accurate, for it was the first release of the Twitter files by a journalist. Now, Elon Musk later did a much better job releasing these files, but this was the day the Twitter files were debuted. So these files, they show collusion between big tech companies and the Democrats engaging in censorship campaigns against those Republicans seeking election. So this little exercise shows me that FTX scam and its collapse, Democrats colluding with big tech companies to censor opposition and influence election outcomes, are all connected. The numbers don't lie. They're all connected. But I can't leave it at that. If something is true, it can be seen from multiple different mathematical vantage points. So I'm going to offer you another one, which is very, very different. So the November 2nd, 2022 report that began the rapid drop of FTX was 6 days before the U.S. midterms on November 8th. And the Twitter files release on December 2nd was 24 days after the midterms. 6 days separated the first two events. Then the second and third event was separated by 24 days. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 days separated the first two events, and then 6 times 4 separated the next two events that were connected. The patterning continues to echo through the holography in the exact same fashion. 6 times 4 is 24. And these 24 days between these events multiplied by the same factor of 4 is 96 days. And this 96 days is precisely after December 2nd, when the Twitter files began explaining everything. It leads us to the 96th day, which was March 8th of this year, 2023. This is the day the crypto bank Silvergate collapsed. Now, don't let me trigger some of you real hardcore conspiracy theorists about moving my glasses. I've been reading your comments. Absolutely ridiculous. They just don't fit my face. Now listen, a crypto bank connected to FTX was Silvergate, and it collapsed on the 96th day, which is 24 times 4. And 24 is 6 times 4. This patterning, you can see it here on the screen. So here I have provided two entirely different systems of mathematical analysis that connect every one of these events to each other. But let's go a little further. On March 10th, Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, a major holding linked to the power of big tech. SVB has funded many leftist Democrat campaigns, and its collapse mirrors that of FTX. The SVB collapse was both 2 days after the Silvergate, which was another crypto bank, and 2 days before the collapse of Signature Bank. Yes, guys. This is a 4-day period. 4 days. Here we get the 4 again. This is a 4-day period in which the epicenter was the fall of the Silicon Valley Bank. These 3 banks, the isometric epicenter was SVB's collapse. The 4 days began with the fall of Silvergate, so 4 times pi, 3.14, is 12.5 days. And adding these 12.5 days, which is another dimension of arithmetic, it's the same as 4 days, it's 12.5 days now. After the collapse of Silvergate is March 20th. That date has not yet come yet. It's not here. This is just 5 days from now. So March 20th, a Monday, it appears to be connected in the holography to the concept of collapsing financial institutions, but the fact that this date of March 20th is also the 138th day since FTX collapsed, November 2nd, 2022, as well as the 108th day since the first release of the Twitter files on December 2nd, 2022, which began explaining all the things that were going on in our world, it only solidifies to me that March 20th is a day that we need to watch out for. It's going to be connected to every event on this list right here because it's mathematically connected to them. So in the numbers, it's evident that all these events are connected. Big tech funding campaigns in favor of Democrats, big tech crypto and digital currency or digital banks collapsing as the truth of these behind the scenes finances and activities is made more and more publicly known through Elon Musk's Twitter campaign, the Twitter files. But what is not clear is that are these unfolding events natural or are they contrived? Is there an agenda here unfolding that seeks to take us into a certain direction? I don't know, but like you, I'm going to be waiting till March 20th to further develop my opinion.
I'm here. Oh, right. I missed the bloody end. I missed what he said at the end again.
Oh, dude, that's just what I wanted to react upon. But he's because he says like, "Oh, is this all just happening, or is this natural, or is this supposed to happen?" But before that, you said it's all scripted. You can all find it out because it makes sense in mathematics. And then at the end of it, he leaves us with a question, with a mystery that he actually already answered. So yeah, but that's not to disrespect all of his reasoning, because yeah, I think he's onto something, but I don't. Yeah, I don't. Well, like I said before, I don't. I think his research is actually pretty impressive. Like Michelle Gibson too, right?
Yeah.
Those are the kind of people that I actually appreciate more. Those videos I appreciate more than, let's say, Martin Liedtke, who's just inspiring. It's not so much researching; it's more or less inspiring. And but either one, whether it's Martin Liedtke or Mud Flood or Mysteries Solved Mystery, I'm not so much mystified by it anymore, or it doesn't solve any problems in my life, whether I know it was a mud flood or a plasma event, in this moment. And it's not like I don't care about it. It's I slightly care about it, but it's like, yeah, well, like I said, I don't know what it is. It's not like I want to, like I exactly know why I'm not so enchanted anymore, mystified, but that's just how I feel about it lately.
It's still sort of a distraction from the job that needs to be done
Yeah, that
while
too.
you're here.
Yeah, that too. But it's not a decision that I made, right? It's something that I recognize that I feel. It's not something. Oh, I don't need to hear that because it won't help me in my life. That's not the reason. It's something that I feel, and but that might be a reason behind it. Yeah, like you said.
Have a nice walk underground. Enjoy the fresh air, dude.
If there's still some left.
Well, he's in London, isn't he? So yeah, there's just try and imagine that it's fresh. Ignore the ignore the exhaust fumes and chemicals. TW, how you doing? I don't know if I've said hey. How are you? And Adam Forrest and Sama and Lunderground and Hippie Shake and Anno, Dana, bit of Venom. Hey, bit of Venom. Good to see you, mate. Mm. Yeah, so I mean it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I see it I see like Jason, what I like about Jason's um theories and hypotheses and um insights and whatever is it I see it as confirmation. Um just confirming to me what I was already thinking.
Yeah.
He thinks about it in a slightly different way. He's still got Jason's still got his mind open to a space paradigm where maybe we're all sat in pods on a spaceship flying through space going somewhere. um I think I'm pretty sure I've heard him say maybe that's what's happening, and I suppose in a way I could say that as well. Well, yeah, I suppose maybe that's what's happening. We really don't have any idea. I really don't think that's what's happening. I really think that what's happening here, everything that's happening is happening here, and it's not whatever's going on outside of this realm. I don't think it's possible to conceive what's going on outside of this realm. We're not meant to. We're just meant to worry about what we're doing here.
Yeah, that's one of that's one of my major how do you say, major goals, right, in life. Just the little things that I can change are probably in me and my surroundings. You know,
Really, it's the only things that we can change, isn't it?
yeah. So yeah,
It's the only things that we have a right to change. That's for sure. It's the only thing
yeah,
that the only thing I've got any right to change is myself.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I think in a way like the vessel, the body um, that we're in, this entire experience is the spaceship kind of thing, and outer space is actually inner space. It's in the imagination, but we've had the imagination has been belittled by authority. It's been turned into fantasy and and not um not as important as the logical male, hemisphere of the brain, whatever.
Mhm.
Um,
Which has changed from right to left.
yeah. Yes. Thank you. Are you just saying that because you remember me saying that, or is that with you as well?
No, it always was the right side, was always the male side.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Ah, that's brilliant. That feels really good. You are the first person, V. You're the first person to actually confirm to me that they remember that as well.
Yeah.
I
No, I
remember it
do
in the
remember
80s.
that too. Yeah. I heard that it changed, and I was like, "No, come on, dude, that's silly." But yeah, that's yeah, that is a Mandela effect.
So they kind of demoted the whole imagination side of things, belittled it, made it, oh, it's childish. It's um, we're taught to stop daydreaming, to stop living with our head in the clouds, and we're never taught to harness it. We're never taught that it's extremely important, and that's why we need to have control of it,
Of what?
our imagination.
Yeah.
If we don't have control of our imagination, it'll run riot, doesn't it? I think South Park did a really good. It was a couple of episodes where they went to Imagination Land, and the terrorists attacked Imagination Land, and they broke down the wall that separates all the bad stuff from all the good stuff,
Hmm.
and so everybody's imagination went wild.
Was
There
running
were
amok.
terrorists running amok in people's imagination. That was in Imagination Land, and Imagination Land is a real place. They cover it really, really well. And and it was such brilliant social commentary about what was actually going on at the time. With I forget which episode, which season that was in. Anna says left is my female side.
Yeah, but the brain. We're talking about the brain, right? The brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagination. Imagination. They have to sing the imagination song, don't they? It's bloody brilliant. It's 2 episodes, and Butters is the savior. Basically, Butters saves mankind by using his imagination. There's a war between heaven and hell, and Butters. Oh no, that's a different one, isn't it? When Kenny leads the Angels of Heaven playing the PS, the PlayStation handheld game thing. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, that one with the imagination. Butters has to like Santa gets killed, and when Butters knows he's got his power when he's able to just make Santa appear again with his imagination.
Hmm.
Once he's got control of his own imagination, then he wins the battle, obviously, and that's it. Butters ignorantly believes in good. Butters is innocent. That's the thing about Butters. Butters is like at the beginning, in his early days in South Park, he was always innocent, and they tried to they sort of corrupted him, didn't they? They made him turn into an emo, thinking that emos were vampires. I was still conflicted about Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Because they really do look like a couple of wrong uns. Or like they could be a couple of wrong uns. I'm very, very aware of the fact that in the for the right angle I could look like a complete wrong un. Or with a right or wrong backstory. Totally Mason's Trey Park. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with both of that. I think they're bisexual and they're Freemasons. High level Freemasons. Maybe not 33rd degree, but somewhere up in the 20s. So how do the guys at South Park know? They seem to know, you know. Yeah. But it's like what they're doing is a commentary of what's going on. They don't really tell the future. They don't. I mean, they did actually. South Park were calling Caitlyn Jenner. They're calling Bruce Jenner a girl, a beautiful woman, before he became Caitlyn Jenner. I wonder if that's why Futurama never really made it. No, they
what?
didn't really predict anything. Although they did bring up subjects like transgenderism. They brought that up quite early with Bender, the gender bender,
Right.
the wrestler, and also when they did it twice with the transgender thing, I think. Have you got? That sounds like you've got an urn, like a kettle urn that the water's always on boil. Is that what? Or was that a soda thing? Was that hot or cold? That drink that you just poured.
Did I pour a drink? No, I didn't pour a drink.
Ah, I thought you probably just put a glass in the sink or something
I
and
think I did. Yeah, I think it
turn
is.
the tap on. Right. I had this. It's weird. When I heard it, I had this image of you stood there like a barista.
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
I was. Yeah, I was. No, it was a whole skill that I filled with water just to soak for a minute. Or to week, how you say? Yeah.
You're looking very dapper now, my friend. You're going out for a walk. Going to enjoy that sunshine.
Yeah, well, and some groceries. Going to see my mom, and yeah, how do you call this? Run some errands. Yeah. So
Coolio.
I like to wear these nice jackets, dude. I find them for almost free at the secondhand store, and they were never worn. I just
Yeah.
buy them for $5 or so. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, it's a sports jacket blazer type.
Right? It's like it doesn't matter how shaggy you dress. If you put on this blazer or the other one that I have, it's like, dude, everything looks fine.
You suave, get you.
Yeah,
Very suave.
yeah. Roy looks totally ready to sell a bridge.
Just reading that myself.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try a bit of Venom. Hey, thanks for the talk, and I'll see you later, dude.
All right, dude. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Well, peoples. So yeah, I wanted to go live with music yesterday and I couldn't. I wanted to go live with music on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I wanted to go live with music today, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to because there might be a party going on, but there also might not after the World War III that happened this morning. So I don't know. Boy's going to be going live later today. I don't know what to talk about now, really. Have a sip of my coffee. Ben Flat, how you doing? Greetings. I just noticed your name there. So, talking about going to what I was talking with Voy about earlier about the whole common law, natural law, live life claim, that thing. This, oh, you can see there that my form submitted successfully. Confirmation email was sent to Richard Avery. I wrote to him, to Mr. Russell J. Gould, this chap here. Blog posts. For the creation of your journey. It's a very nice website. Imagine that you wake up, your mind starts flying, and then you realize you've been on autopilot for a while. You had an intense dream that your life is a story in a book you are creating daily. Each choice you made in your mind created relationships and characters that came into this story. Some stories are old, some are new. You created stories with your doubts and fears. These stories created problems for you to solve, an internal peace to find. So now you wake up in the dream realizing that you aren't the creator of the book, but the character and author of the chapters. You have been the author of your story that you've been living. Your peace is what you create daily. Your time is now, and you can't hide in the future or past. You are infinite, and your connection to the world is what terms you make it. Your book is your story, and now you can change that story. You spell the words and create the copy. You experience your truth and help that truth come out in others. Your dream shows you that your life was once unconsciously dead, that your life that was once unconsciously dead is now living. Your conscious mind is in control and your thoughts are things. You can choose happiness and new positive outcomes that manifest now in each day. You can now write a new chapter consciously. You can now write a new world and experience a new sense of life. You find peace unlike any other time in your life because now is the peace. Now is the peace and now is the time. The dream is always now and the world is flowing within you. You are the author of your own world. The world is yours and yours alone to journey. You are the master of your ship and the vessel that rides the sea of your conscious awareness. You carry the gold heart of your soul and cargo treasures that build a journey no one else can travel but you. For the imagining of the waking state is with the mind flowing realization of the autopilot with the strong dream of the storybook from the creation daily by the dreamer. For the choice of the mind characters is with the old and new of the doubts and fears with the peace by the storyteller. For the creator of their life is with the writing of their characters and stories with the chapters by the storyteller author. 3. For the living author of your story is with the peace of the now, time, daylight. Is that daylight? Creation, with the past and future shine by the you. This is the way he's worded this. I think it's something to do with his quantum grammar. For the connection of the world is with the terms by your creation. For the book of your story is with the spelling of the words and truth and copy with the writing by your volition. For the waking state of your dream is with the living of the thought, things, and positive manifestations with each conscious day creation by your now peacetime author. All right, so this is by somebody else, by the Sunny Warrior. Just going to drop the link there. How do we get Brian visible again to restream? The only way that we can do that, where is he? If I go like this, oh, I need to switch my account. Hang on a sec. Tony Drake, how you doing? Let's see your name there. The landlord of Restream banned me. Who's the landlord of Restream? Oh, there we go. Pop out chat. Crikey, that took too long. Make it a little bigger. There we go. Right, now this is how we make Brian visible. Haha. Go through and do some. I'm just too free and easy with my wrenches, aren't I just figure if somebody is in long enough, like that, if you don't get kicked out for being like, as long as nobody's rude and or offensive, or everybody just always seems to be really chilled out on my chats, so everybody can have a wrench, man. I try to think of 6 absurdities before breakfast. The one who believes in absurdities is capable of committing atrocities. A quote from Voltaire. Well, the one who believes in absurdities, yeah. But unfortunately, that's most people walking around living their day-to-day lives now, isn't it? They believe in absurdities and absolute absurdities. Like this absurdity that there should be a bloodline of people that have God-given right to live as parasites off the wealth of millions of people, and that's okay and it's cool. That's a frickin' absurdity. The wheel of karma is what I think that was the whole point, the whole story, Jesus and the principles of having Christ-like principles. It's supposed to get you off the wheel of karma, isn't it? You're funny, and I know. No. Right, yeah. So I'll pop the link in again for Rumble. This is a link to our Kevin Corbett interview in the Pursuit of Justice rally in Durham. Roxanne was there as a guest speaker, and she interviewed this nurse guy. So it's a really good interview. And you can get then obviously to the channel. And please make sure you subscribe to the Rumble channel. As soon as I can, I'll stream to Rumble and talk freely. Yeah, Dana, absolutely right. Koof is one of the absurdities. Look how many believers in this absurdity were capable of committing hideous atrocities right away. Richie, you should take Guy Fawkes' wrench. He's horribly rude and offensive to the people of Gauld. Sama, dude, sleep well, amigo. Buenas noches. Hasta luego. dun, dun. Right, I'm just gonna have a little look and see what's being suggested to me by YouTube. Joe Gifford has got a premiere at 12 o'clock. That's in 20 minutes. 18 minutes. So let me pop a link. There's a link to Joe Gifford. She's got a premiere in 18 minutes. New energy update. What else we got here? Oh, quick channel update from Bot the Flock TV. Could you all hear that? Could you hear that? Let me know if you could hear. Just give me a thumbs up if you could hear Paul then. No.
This same way. You know what I mean? Creepy Shake is saying they've been making films on certain people. Oh, I understand that, and I do know. But do I block people who do them videos? Who side do we take? If people respect me on this channel, why can't they come into this channel? Are we not trying to promote free speech? Do you know what I mean? I understand people have been making videos and others, but there's people who do a live stream with a fucking kidnapper and rapist. You don't see me coming out and telling people don't do that. So, you know what I mean? We all have our limits. And unfortunately, I want to treat people with respect, whether they're making heinous shit, until it comes over to me. Now you can say that's not right. And you know what I mean? Where do we stop? You know, where do people come in and then saying, see, people put me on the spot and saying, oh, this and this, and they're doing this. I want to be friends. Why can't I be friends with everyone? But they get to the understanding that, you know, do you know what I mean? People take sides. People have agendas. People have channels that they want to back up, and that's brilliant because that's their channel. But on this channel, I want able to people to come in the chat, comment all they want, and if they respect people in chat and don't start shit, they can stay. But I'm not having people come into the chat and doing slide digs and stuff like that. We know that's, pardon me, that's common sense. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. And I do understand people get passionate because if you've not noticed, and people think I'm soft and I'm easily walked over, they use my my against me, and I'm not having it. People just think you're weak because you just want an easy life. Where does it stop? You will notice people are more vested and get more angrier and more fightier and have each other's backs online. because for some reason it's quicker to form partner groups, cliques, and so on online because it's intense. So I get people hate each other and don't get up. You know what I mean? But where does it stop? Do I block people just because you don't like them? And this is not named at anyone. This is in general. Block people you have an agenda with. No, this is my channel. You know what I mean? It's like, for instance, you go in shop.
Well, I agree. I agree. It's share that chat again. I got really tired of that, you know, people people arguing and backbiting, and there's those channels that make like to all of their content is just slating other channels and slating other people, you know, making jumping to conclusions and speculating unfairly and being, you know, just being real Debbie Downers. I just can't be asked with that. I had my little, you know, I stuck my oar in. I did it years ago. Got involved in making videos about other channels and about other people and giving my 2 cents. And it's just, it's not productive, man. It's not productive. Not productive for me, not productive for anyone else. I understand taking wrenches off everyone. It's easier like that. It's either everyone's got to have a wrench or no one has a wrench. I've gone with everyone gets a wrench. And I'm just trusting everybody. You know? I don't like people that come into the chat and all they do is bitch and moan and cry and backbite. Yeah, that's the trouble though. Some people put too much stock in other people's opinions. I'm quite opinionated. Leafy. Yeah, I try not to. I absolutely try not to. That's why I subscribed to a couple of channels this year and unsubscribed within 2 or 3 videos because all they're doing is playing the game. They've picked a side. I really don't like the channels with men that women hate all day. I got to be honest. I don't I've not come across channels that women hate. I mean, that Andrew Tate was like misogynist and that are all used. The I don't watch that crap. I can't watch him. But I know that that exists. I don't know who Tony Sayers is. We're all open-minded. Don't knock those who look into something they enjoy. Not always going to be your favourite topic. If you don't watch, don't follow. End of. Exactly. That's exactly it, Leafy. Like, I really don't understand these people that watch channels that they don't like, and sit there just listening to stuff that triggers them into, or with chats where that's all that's going on. I just don't get it. It's not a very nice. It's not a very nice energy. But I guess there was probably a time in my life when I'd enjoy. It's not that I enjoyed it. It's just I felt justified being like that. You know. Somebody investing in their own pride. Dana, that's one of the traps that YouTube relies on, is our own egos. Ego traps all over the place on social media. Social media is just one big ego trap. You either recognize it or you get lost in it. I always saw social media for what it was. When my ex-wife, she joined social media before I did. The only reason I joined social media was because I left her. We split up. And so I was really depressed and on my own, living with my cousin on their farm. And I thought, oh, why don't I know, I'll join Facebook. And then straight away I got in touch with people that I hadn't spoken to for years. People that I never thought I'd speak to again from school and stuff. And I got hooked into the whole Facebook thing for a good couple of years. Brian, you've had a week of good and bad. I think that's the thing that we all need to get used to about life, is that life is a series of, you have to recognize the duality. I recognize that. A bit of venom, nothing social on social media, more envy, hatred, and division. I recognized that in 2009. So I've been on Facebook for a couple of years, because I joined around Christmas 2007. And then in 2009, I went to Portugal, started noticing chemtrails and started sharing about it. And the reactions to May, how you doing? Do you feel like coming on? No, Voy joined me earlier, but he's gone out to go and enjoy the fresh air, the Dutch air. Best news, my Citroen passed its MOT. What year is your Citroen? I'll tell you what, man, like Citroen, it's French, which is like, but those new DSs, they're fat. They look nice, man. They do look nice. But they look like if you have the slightest bump, they'll instantly look terrible. Yo, Sig Sauer, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, wow, I'm sorry to hear that, to me. I'm really sorry to hear that. I have a similar thing, not my mum, but in December. So, yeah. Yeah, it's one of the things about Facebook, isn't it? It's nice and it's not. I've got a strange relationship with my mother. We haven't spoken in 11 years. There's been an email. An email went. I emailed her. She emailed back. And then I emailed back, and there's been no contact since then. I don't know how many years ago that was. That was 2015 when I emailed her. So families, man. My family's been like on the extended end, like, so we're a pretty tight knit family, but we spent all our time with my dad's side of the family until I was 10, and then there was a big rift, and we didn't see them again. And everything went to spending time with my mum's side of the family. And then when I became independent and able to, I got a car and I was able to travel independently, I contacted my dad's side of the family and I maintained a relationship with dad's side of the family. But none of the rest of my none of the rest of them did, really. So there's always been a bit of a weird disconnect with our families, between my dad's family and my mum's family. Because my mum was mixed race when dad got with her. Well, like, not that she isn't mixed race now. My mum is mixed race, so they met in 1976. So my nan was really racist. My dad's mum, she was quite racist. which I didn't find out until after she died. Dana, my friend in my best friend Rox in London, her mum passed away a couple of years ago. About 5 or 6 years ago, I think. Roxanne's mum passed away. My friend in Spain, her mum died when she was young, and then her nan, who sort of became her mum and best friend, she died about 10 years ago, I think. Both my parents are still alive, they're still together. But like I say, I haven't spoken to them, haven't seen them since 2012. That was the last time I saw them. No worries, no. Take it easy. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. Everybody can go and tune into Joe's premiere. I'm gonna sign off for now, and hopefully I'll be back in about 3 hours with some live music. And please make sure you subscribe to the Rumble channel, the Wide Awake Show live on Rumble. As soon as I can, I'll start live streaming to that. Much love to everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day in a wonderful way. I'm going to play out with a video. Make sure that bell's rung, because I'm going to go live later today again, but it's either going to be with music or it's going to be with a chat. I don't know. It depends what's going on outside and around me. But in the meantime, please enjoy yourselves.